Welcome. It is Tio from Whatwouldteosay Photography. Welcome back to season 3. I took a long hiatus, but I promise you it was well worth it. Got the opportunity to travel and take some photos and just kind of recollect my thoughts and get back into this game that we call the YouTube game, you know. And I had the opportunity to shoot and move into a whole new camera system, the rangefinder, and been having a ball with it. In this episode, um, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about my trip to Chicago. I had the opportunity to go to Chicago for about a week, and every single day, I just took the opportunity to just walk. I walked everywhere. I stay mainly in the what would be the nicest way to put it, the McCormick area of Chicago. Busy professional setting, but I made sure I did some walking and visiting different parts of the downtown Chicago area, what I would call, and I think I took what is it? I took to 4 cameras, two digital cameras, 2 film cameras. Shot about 15 rolls. About 4 of those rolls, 5 of those rolls were color film. The rest was black and white. And I shot the digital. Had my A9, Sony A9, which I'm recording on now. Used that for the first couple of days, and then at night, did some shooting, some night photography stuff. Not a lot, but I just didn't really push much for it. I mean, I will walk an average of 5 to 10 miles. Don't sound like a lot, but when you're in a large city like Chicago, you definitely getting your walk in there. And I didn't take any public transportation. What I did do, I did all my walking, and then I came back via the e-bikes, via Lyft. So I did a lot of that. And, you know, as we're scrolling through, you're going to get the opportunity to just see the pictures. I haven't put the pictures up yet, but we're going to go and do it now. Now we can just talk about the photos and talk about different things in regards to the photos. And I just took my time and just walked. Street photography is different. Every place is different how you go about taking photos. Some places they strictly ignore you. I found in larger cities, it's easier to do street photography because for the most part, people are so focused and getting to where they need to go, and they just pretty much just ignore you for the most part. They see the camera, but they just kind of used to it. There were different opportunities that showed itself. Two particular stories that happened. The first one, I was walking under what they call the L line, which is basically the train line in Chicago. And I was walking and I saw this woman, and she was wearing all white, and I just happened to be shooting black and white film, and she literally just said, literally covered her face, no photo. I didn't take the shot. I'm very respectful. I go with the adage, if nothing is said, I give a smile, they smile back, we're good to go. So I respected her wishes. And you're going to get that from time to time. And it's okay. People have the right to tell you no, you can't take their photo. And all you can do is just respect it at the end of the day. So with that, that was that one story. I had another story. This guy was actually following me. I was actually around the Bean area. they call it. That's how they told me it was called, but it's called something else. I'll put it up there. And what ended up happening, this guy was following me, and some may or may not know, I'm a trained fighter, trained in 10 arts. I'm an athlete. So people following me, my senses go up very quickly, very fast. So what ended up happening, the first interaction, before the first interaction, I put my stuff away. I'm like, I am with cameras, Was he trying to rob me? Maybe, maybe not. But I wasn't going to present the opportunity for him to do it. So what ended up happening, put my stuff away. He's still walking behind me. And at this point, I slow down a little bit just to make sure I'm not losing my mind per se. But when it came down to it, I noticed he was following me. So I stopped and I turned around and I said, hey, what's going on? Can I help you with something? He was high out of his mind. He was definitely under the influence of something because it took him a couple of seconds to realize the person he was following, which was me, noticed what he was doing, and an interaction was made. And he goes, no, I'm not following you. I said, all right, cool, no problem. Now, the area that I was in, it's kind of like a soccer field down in that area. And there were people sitting along a wall. And I looked at them, they looked at me, and then they looked at him. And it was a very interesting interaction because what ended up happening, they kind of gave him the look like, hey, this guy is, he might kick your tail, But the guy so I kept walking. He kept following me. And then the second time I stopped, he stopped, but he was maybe a few feet away from me. And when I looked at him, he wouldn't look at me. And I made a decision, okay, I'm going to give this guy one more opportunity because I just gave you two strikes. Sorry what the folks said. Gave you two strikes. The third one ain't going to be so friendly. So at this point, I really finished all my film. I took all the photos that I wanted to take for the day. And I was like, I'm heading back to the hotel. It was time to wrap it up anyway. So I decided, I'm going to take a lift bike and then head back to the hotel, which was probably about a 20-minute bike ride, give or take. So I go to where the bike stations, I'm setting everything up. Then I decided, you know what? This guy's still following me. So at this point, I put my phone away and I turned around and I looked him dead in the eye. I said, can I help you with something? You've been following me and I don't know what your problem is, but I don't appreciate it. And he just, I wasn't following you. I thought you was going to hook me up with a bike. I said, I ain't hooking you up with no bike. I'm getting a bike for myself, not for you. I'm going to advise you to keep it moving because you're making me very uncomfortable. And that's going to be my advice to you, or it's going to be some problems. Oh, sorry, brother. I wasn't messing with I didn't mean to make you nervous and all that. I'm like, dude, you've been following me for a little while. So, I'm noticing you and I'm putting you on notice that I notice you. So now the gloves are off. He made a good decision. He decided to keep it moving, and for some reason he thought I was going to give him a bike. Apparently you could do multiple bikes on the Lyft app. It wasn't happening. One, I don't know you. Two, I don't know you, period. So that was one of those deals with, street photography. It's gonna happen. It's one of those genres. It can be a little shaky, but you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of how you interact with people and how they interact with you. Some some street photographers, they walk around taking shots and they really don't connect with the individuals. For me, it goes both ways. I've been in situations where I've had numerous conversations with people. They see me with a camera, and sometimes the camera is the talking piece. At the end of the day, it's a talking piece. They see a camera and they see, oh wow, this is really an old camera. How old is the camera? How long have you owned it? Pretty cool conversation. And then there are individuals, they think what you do is so cool. They themselves want a picture, which happened a couple of times. I'll put up a photo now. There was one picture. I was actually walking back at this particular day. I decided not to lift or take a bike, and this woman stopped me, and she knows I had a camera, and we just started talking. I told her I was a photographer. I'm from Buffalo. My name is Tio. We exchanged Instagram information, and I was like, hey, would you mind if I take your photo? I think it would be dope. We're already having this conversation. I'll make sure I send it to you, so you have a copy of it. She thought I was from the area, and I was like, no, I'm not from the area. But I managed to take a picture. We exchange information, and you never know what goes from there. Anything can happen. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you carry yourself, what you do, and photography and vacationing is a very weird oil and water relationship, because you're supposed to be relaxed and enjoying yourself, and sometimes you ruffled your loved ones with that, because it was almost like, hey, you're supposed to be chilling, but you and that camera, you got to find the perfect balance, and also try to enjoy life, which was bringing to one of my cameras that I had, which was hold on one second, let me go get it for you. I was mentioning, photography and vacation, different things, but I brought in a new camera to the family because I felt like, I need to find that balance, but I still need to. There are moments I have to capture it. I can't help myself. I'm glad I have an understanding mate, my spouse, and voila, the RX 100. This is the RX 100 Mark III. I should have some power in here. There you go. Excuse my hands. I didn't get a chance to lotion it up, but here's the camera. Takes great pictures. It'll allow me to be incognito, and I just have fun with this little thing, and it still gives me great quality pictures. The RX 100. Let me there it go. So, nice and small, and get some good videos, pictures out of it. It's a very fine companion, and I took a lot of actually, I did take nice shots, but a lot of my nice shots were done with this little camera right here. I could put it in my pocket, go out and eat, just pull it out if I see a quick shot I wanted to take, and it worked actually fabulously. I'm glad I had the opportunity to have this camera, and it might stay in my collection for some time. But other than that, that's my Chicago story. I'm gonna put up some pictures and let it run through, see a couple of the shots that I made. There were some awesome shots that I take that might go to the print shop, or I might do an NFT or something. Some shots was just, they spoke a moment, so I'm gonna have to hold out on those shots. But I'm gonna put up a few that I got going on. So with that said, thank you for everything. Peace, love. See you to the next one. Take care. Bye.